When buying a property in Czech Republic, you need to be careful about its type of usage. The normal-looking apartment can be a residential unit, an atelier, or a non-residential unit. So, what is what and why it is important that you understand the difference? If you want an apartment for living or renting out without any limitations, you should go for residential units. Those are, let's call, normal apartments where you can live permanently and where, which is most important, you can register your address as a foreigner. The second type is atelier. Those are different from residential units, and in fact those are non-residential units with a kitchen and a toilet. They may look absolutely normal as a normal apartment. They may be located on the higher floors, they can have several rooms, but still those are, let's call, not good enough to be classified as apartments. Normally, they will lack the light, they may have lower ceilings, they can be built in the noisy part of the town, or they can build on the plot of land where developers should not build residential units, for example, by refurbishing the industrial building. So what does it mean for you? Normally, those offers are cheaper, and together with some visible handicap, which sometimes may be or may not be, those are still non-residential units, so which means that you cannot register your address there. Funny enough that in Czech Republic there are two laws contradicting each other. One law is the new civil law saying that you can rent out the atelier and tenants living in atelier will be treated as normal tenants. Another one is the Building Act saying that you cannot live in non-residential units. In fact, in reality, there were no precedents that Czech courts will be resolving some disputes about the usage of ateliers. Third type of the property is non-residential units, and those you can meet a lot in historical buildings where owners refurbish cellars and other non-residential part of the buildings. Sometimes they do very nice apartments out of those, but it's still a non-residential unit. You cannot even convert it into atelier. The problem is in Prague now there is such huge lack of properties for rent that these spaces like this are very widely used. And it's because of the good rental prices, it's because of very good locations of such properties. But you need to understand that those are non-residential units where you cannot register your address, where most probably you will not get a normal mortgage to buy such a property, where most probably you will have some technical, let's say, particularities in maintaining such a space. And where you will most probably have troubles with insuring such an object. So there are some pros and cons of these properties, but as I said, they are part of the offer of Czech Republic market. There are other differences when purchasing or owning different type of properties, for example with taxes, with maintenance, or with easiness to sell further. So if you're looking for something just to live in or to rent out with no limitations, go for residential units. Otherwise, contact me and I'll help you to buy any type of property with no risk.